welcome you all to my YouTube channel, and if you are new to this YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to this channel so that each time I upload a new content, you get to be notified. In this lesson, I'm going to make integration very simple. So integration is falling under calculus. So I wrote down the definition of integration. Integration is the inverse of differentiation. So each time we are talking about integration, we are talking about the inverse of differentiation. Some book would define integration as the reverse of differentiation. So integration is the inverse or the reverse of differentiation. This is what you need to know and understand. So each time you've got a function like dy dx is equal to ax to the power n. So this is what a function will always be. Then you know that the n there, n is the what? N is the power. So these are terms that you need to know. N is the power. Then you've got the a. What is your a? The a that is there, what is the a? The a is the what? Coefficient. So the a there is your coefficient. This is what you need to know. The a there is your coefficient. Then the x there is the what? Is the variable. So the x there is a variable. So I want you to understand this thing. If you've got such a function, we've got this function here, and you are told to integrate, what do we mean, or what are you supposed to do? So when you are told to integrate, what you are going to do is that you are going to say y is equal to, you are going to involve 3 steps here. So this one will maintain, ax will maintain, but what will happen is that the power there, you are going to add 1. So you are going to say n plus 1 like this. Then you say over, you divide by the new power. So what do I mean by the new power? What I mean is that the new power is n plus 1. To the original power, you've added a 1. So the new power there is n plus what? Plus 1, like this. Then you just say plus c, a constant. This is a constant. So this is what I meant when I said this is the reverse of differentiation or the inverse of differentiation. So when you are given an expression in that manner, this is the general formula that we use under what? Under integration. This is the general formula that you need to know and understand. Hope we've gotten the concept here, which is ax to the power n plus 1 over n plus 1. Then you say plus what? Plus c. This is what you need to know and understand. So in an exam, there are 2 types of what? There are 2 types of integration, or integration is in 2 types. So the first type that we are going to understand, so the first type that we are going to talk about is indefinite integrals. So there are what we call indefinite what? Integrals. So this is indefinite integrals. So I want you to understand this very well. So there are what we call indefinite integrals. So indefinite integrals, they are very simple. They just come in a form like, they will say dy dx is equal to 4x, like this. It will just come like this. Then you are told to integrate. So how can you integrate this? This is very simple. I believe you are, from the first example I did, you are able to follow from here. Have you seen? So what you are going to do is very simple. You are just going to say y is equal to, you know the formula that it is ax to the power n plus 1, then over what? N plus 1. The new power there, then you say plus what? Plus c. You already know the formula to use, that you are supposed to use this formula. This is the formula that we get to use. From here now, what you are going to do is that you are going to say y is equal to, I told you that the a there is the what? Coefficient. The x is the variable, which means the coefficient and the variable will maintain. You are going to have 4x like that. Then the power, what is the power there? The power is 1. So each time a power is not indicated, just know that the power is what? 1. The power there, it is what? 1. You say 1 plus 1. The 1 part of the formula there, you include the 1. Then you say over. Over what? The new power here. Have you seen? So 1 plus 1, it is what? 2. Then we are just having one term here, one term. So we are just going to differentiate that one. Then you say plus what? Plus c. This is what you are going to do. Then finally, you've got your answer, which is y is equal to. So what is 2 into 4? It is 2. So we are going to have 2x. 1 plus 1, it is 2. Then plus what? Plus c. This is what you are going to form. So this is your what? This is your answer. This is what we need to do each time we are told to integrate. So these are called indefinite integrals. This is how you need to work out these. So these are indefinite integrals. Make sure you understand this part clearly. You understand it very well. So I want you to understand this. You understand this clearly. So this was A. Let me put another function. So what if you are told to integrate something like, they will say f prime, have you seen? Like this, then they will say this is equal to. So they are going to put something like, they can say like this, then plus 4x cubed. So I'm going to lab this part. We've answered, we've understood. I believe we've all understood like this. Then they'll say plus what? Let me just put a simple plus x minus 1 like this. You are told to integrate this. So how can you integrate such a function? So this is the function you are told. Then you are told to integrate. So this is f prime of x. Have you seen? So which means that when you differentiate, you form something like this. So where there is f prime, it is just the same as dy dx, just one and the same thing. So what you need to do now, when you reach here, you know the formula that you are going to use, which is what? Y is equal to ax. Have you seen? Ax like this, ax the power n plus 1 over what? Over n plus 1. Then you include the what? Then you include the c. This is the formula that we are going to use. This is the formula that you need to understand. So how can we go about this? So you are going to be using this formula part by part. On this part, you use it. On this part, you need to use it. On this part, you need to use it. And on this other part, you need to use it. So I'm going to use this formula on 1, 2, 3, 4, on 4 parts. Have you seen? This is what we are going to do. So we are going to write our formula, which is y is equal to. So on that part, what are you supposed to do? You've got 6x squared. So you say plus 1. You just put plus 1 over what is 2 plus 1? You are going to get what? A 3. So you are going to put a 3 like that. You continue plus. You've got what? 4x cubed. Have you seen? You say plus 1. So 3 plus 1, this is the new power, which is 4. You write a 4 there. You continue doing this. So plus, you've got x. You've got x. So which means x is raised to the power 1. So you just say plus what? Plus 1. Then over. What is 1 plus 1? It is a 2, like this. Have you seen? So I want you to understand this. I don't know if you are able to follow what I'm trying to illustrate here. So then you go to this constant. So when a number, this is a point that I want you to understand. So when a number is written 2, just a 2, which means that this number is having x raised to the power 0. Under when you are talking about indices, you know that any number raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. Have you seen? So any number raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. This is what you need to know. This is what you need to understand. So this is equal to, this is just the same as 2, because x to the power 0 is 1. So when a number is just written as 1, when you've got a number like 1, like this, just 1 there. So which means that this one is having x raised to the power 0, which is just equal to what? Just equal to 1. So in our case, we are having what? We are having negative 1. That's what we are having. What are we having? Negative 1. So that is just the same as negative. Instead of putting 1x, I'll just say x to the power what? 0. Have you seen? Such that x to the power 0 is equal to 1. So minus 1 will still appear. So each time you are having a constant, this is what you need to do. But when you are talking about differentiation, you cannot differentiate a constant number. We don't differentiate constant numbers. This is what you need to get. But integration, this is what you need to do. You can integrate a constant number like I've done here. So when you've got a number like 5, which means that that 5 is having x raised to the power 0, then you just put plus 1, then the new power 1. Have you seen? So in that case, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to follow the same what? Same procedure. So the new power plus 1, have you seen? Then over, what is 0 plus 1? It is 1. Then a constant plus c. You need to put a constant always. So in that format, then I'm going to say this is y is equal to, now I write down my final answer. Where I'm going to do that, what is the 3 into 6? 3 into 6, it is 2. So I'm going to say it is 2x. Have you seen? Then 2 plus 1, it is 3. So I'm going to put a 3 there. Then I'll say plus. What is 4 into 4? It is 1. They are going to cancel out. So I'm just going to have x raised to the power what? 3 plus 1, 4 raised to the power 4. Then plus, as you can see, here we are having a 1 there. Have you seen? There is 1 there. So this one will still maintain because we are having a 1 here. Have you seen? Like a 1 like that, 1 over 2. So if you want, you can just write it like that. X, the power what? 2 over 2, like this. Then minus what? You are having x there. Power what? 1. We don't indicate 1. Then over 1, you can't indicate that. Then you say plus c. Have you seen? This is the answer that you formed. So the mistakes that we get to make in an exam is where we are having something like this. Then you cancel out this one and that one. You cannot cancel out these two because this is a denominator, that is a what? That is a power. These two cannot cancel out unless when we are having a what? A coefficient this side. So it is only a coefficient and denominator that gets to be evaluated. But you cannot evaluate the denominator and the power like that, then you cancel them. No, that is a mistake that you can make in your exams. Have you seen? So this is the part that I want you to understand. These are terms that you need to get and understand. Hope you are enjoying this. You are able to work out everything that I'm discussing with you. So now I'll give you some practice questions that you are going to answer. And those that are under my teaching, make sure you submit this work. I do conduct online tuitions in mathematics. So this is your exercise. If you're under my teaching, make sure you submit this work. So the first work is this one, which is 5x to the power 2 minus x plus 1. I want you to work out this. Then secondary is this one, which is what? X power 6 minus 3x power 4. Then I'll just say plus 2x. This is what I'm going to do, power 2, like this. Then I'll say minus 3. I want you to work out these two. These are two things that I've given you, two questions that I want you to integrate. So integrate the following. So I want you to integrate this, integrate that one, integrate that one with the same formula that we are doing. Have you seen? So make sure you work out that part. Make sure you understand that part clearly. So this is under indefinite integrals. This is under indefinite integrals. Hope you are able to work out this. So you just follow the same procedure. We are going to say y is equal to, use the same formula like this, then n plus 1 over n plus 1, then plus c. So you are going to use this formula on this part, and on that part. I've explained on the constant, so don't make a mistake. On this other one, so on this other part, this part, what you need to know and understand is that you've got this. So you are going to use the same formula on this part and the other part. So make sure you revise through calculus, because this topic is very important. It comes in paper 1 and paper 2. So let's make sure we go through our work, we revise through everything that we are doing here. Let us now move to the next part. So let us now move to our next part. We move to our next part. Let us move to our next part. So we move to our next part. We go to our next part. So let us move to our other part. So the next part that we are going to do is actually also very simple. So that was the first part. So the second part, like I've told you, these are in two. The second part are called definite integrals. Have you seen definite what? Integrals. This is what I want you to understand. They are called definite integrals. So the second part is called definite integrals. So a definite integral is an integral performed between the limits. So these have got what? Limits. And they come in a form like this. They will come like this, where they are going to put A and B like this. Then they are going to put something like 3x squared plus 1 like this in brackets. Then they will say dx. Have you seen? So anything that will come in this format, just know that they are talking about what? Definite integrals. So definite integrals have got limits. This one here is called the lower limit. That one there is called the upper limit. I want you to understand this. So under this part, we don't include the constant. They see that we were doing, but we are going to use the same formula. We always use the what? We always get to use the same formula. The same formula that we were doing. So we always get to use the same formula. So I'm going to get this one as an example. So what if you are told to integrate something like this? Have you seen? You are told to integrate something like this. Then the here where this one, I've told you that this one is called the lower limit. That one there is called the upper limit. So what if you are given something like this? So I'm going to put numbers. What if there is a 1 here, then there is a 2 there? Have you seen? Then you are told to integrate. You are told to integrate this. So how can you integrate this? How can you go about this? So actually, you know the formula to use, like ax the power n plus 1 over n plus 1 then plus c. You know that this is the formula that you are going to be using. So what actually happens is that the power, we add 1. Then the new power here comes down here. This is the formula. Now I've told you that we are not going to include what? The c. So we are going to exclude the c. So we are just going to concentrate on this part. So this is what you are going to do. This is what you need to understand. So what you are going to do is this part. You are going to say, you know that is 3x, have you seen, power 2. So you are going to say plus 1, Then you say over 2 plus 1. Have you seen? This is what you are going to do. You say plus, you continue. Then x, this one is just a 1. I told you what it means. It's just the same as x to the power what? Power 0. So you say plus 1. Then you say over 0 plus 1 like this. Then you put this in brackets like this. Then the limits will come this side. So a 2 will be there. Then a 1 will come here. Have you seen the way I've done? This is what you need to do. This is the exact thing that you need to get. So from here now, you are going to follow procedures now. So you are going to form something like, here you know that 2 plus 1, it's actually 3. What I was doing there, I was not able to write this. But I was just able to write a 3 there, showing that 2 plus 1, it is a 3. A 3 comes there. Even here, 0 plus 1, this is just the same as 1. You are having a 1 here. So 3 and 3 will cancel out. You are going to have what? X to the power 3 plus. Have you seen? You are going to have what? You are going to have x power 1 over 1. So 1 we don't show. That's why we get to remove this like this. We just remain like this. Then you put this. Then you put those limits. Upper limit is 2. Lower limit it is what? 1. This is what you are going to form. Have you seen what we formed? This is what we have formed. So now, in a case now like this, you just complete this by saying, so what it means now, this is the lower limit, this is the upper limit. So you want to find the difference between the upper limit and the lower limit. So what you're going to do is that the first part, you're going to start with the what? A 2 there. You're going to start with a 2. That's a 2 that we are going to start with. So I'm going to substitute a 2 in this thing which I integrated. Have you seen this expression which I integrated? Where there is x, I'm going to put a 2. So I'm going to say 2, have you seen, to the power 3 plus x is what? 2. I'm going to do that. Then I say minus, open bracket. Then where there is x in this expression, I'm going to put the lower limit, which is 1. Which is 1 to the power 3 plus 1. This is what I'm going to do. Have you seen? This is what you need to do. So away from this, now you know that 2 to the power 3, this does not mean it is 2 times 3. No, this is not correct. This means that you are multiplying 2 3 times by itself. So you are saying 2 times 2 times 2. This is what it means when you say 2 to the power 3. 2 times 2, 4 times 2, 8. So 2 to the power 3 is just the same as 8 plus 2. You do that. Minus, you go this part. What is 1 cubed? This does not mean 1 times 3. No. This means that you are multiplying 1 3 times by itself like this. 1 times 1 times 1. This is what you need to get and understand. So I want you to get this principle very well. So this is same as 1 plus 1. You do this. What is 8 plus 2? This is 10 minus 2. What answer are you getting? We are going to get 8. So 8 is our what? 8 is our final answer. This is what you need to get. This is what you need to do. What you need to understand. Have you seen? This is what you need to understand. Let me give you another example under this. Let me give you another example under this part. So let me give you another example. So I'm going to love this and give you another example under this. So make sure you share this video to other people so that we get to learn together, and invite people to subscribe to this YouTube channel so that a lot of people get to benefit on this channel. So let me give you this other one. Let me give you, you've got a question you are told. This question, they'll just tell you find. So find, you are given something like that, where you've got the upper limit as 3, the lower limit you've got 1. Then here you've got what? 4x power 3 minus 1 cross then dx. This is respect to x. This is what it means. So you are told to work out this. You are told to evaluate this. How can you go about this one? So you know that this is very simple. It's very simple. You can work out this. This is very simple. This is very simple. You are able to work out this part. So you know that, okay, you integrate here. You integrate. You know how to integrate by now. So we just say this is 4x power 3. So plus 1. Have you seen plus what? Plus 1. Over what? The new power. 3 plus 1 is 4. Then you say minus. That is the same as what? So if we add a 4, let me change equation a bit. Let me put a 4 there. I've used a 1 most of the time. So like I've used 1 a lot. So let me put a 3. Let me just put a 3. So if there is a 3, that is the same as 3x power what? Power 0. Then you say plus 1 over what? 0 plus 1, it is 1 like that. Then you put this in brackets, then the limits comes this side. So the upper limit is 3, the lower limit is what? 1. This is what we are actually doing. So what you are going to do now, away from this, what you are going to follow now, these are able to cancel out, you know. So you are going to remain with x to the power 3 plus 1, a 4. Then you say minus. This is what you are going to do. You say minus. Minus what? 3x. Then you put this in brackets. Have you seen? You say upper limit 3, lower limit 1. This is what you need to understand. So from here now, you know that here the 1 there doesn't affect anything. 0 plus 1, 1. So we don't include that part. So if you are looking for online tuitions, if you are interested in this, then before I continue, and you want to start your tuitions with me, you can WhatsApp me on this WhatsApp line. This is my WhatsApp line. You can WhatsApp me or call me. This is my WhatsApp line. This is plus 260971 066747 0971 066747. This is my WhatsApp line. You can WhatsApp me on this line if you want online tuitions. Then I'll be able to help you at an affordable fee. We conduct online tuition. So let us now proceed. So what I was saying was that where there is x, you put 3. So it's just the same as 3 to the power 4 minus 3. X is 3 like this. You put this. So you can put them like this. Then you say minus. Minus what? You are going to do this. Minus. Minus what? You put 1 now. 1 to the power 4. Have you seen 1 to the power 4 minus 3 multiplied by 1? This is what you are going to do. So just put, first you start by 3. Where there is x, you put 3. x3, x3. Then you say minus. This is part of the formula. You put what? You put 1. This is 1 to the power 4 minus 1 here. So what is 3 to the power 4? This does not mean it is 3 times 4. No. This means that you are multiplying 4 times by itself. So 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. This is what it means. This is what it means. So 3 to the power 4. 3 to the power 4. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Not this way. Have you seen? So don't go that way. Make sure you move in this way. So if you are a GCE candidate, as you can see, exams are approaching next month. So make sure you revise through this, you understand this, and make sure you share with your friends. So 3, you are multiplying 3 times, 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 times 3, it is 9, times 3, 27, times 3, 81. So this one will give us 81. So this is what? 81. So what I'm going to do is that 81, then there is a minus there. This minus, we follow what is there. Have you seen? If there is plus, I would have said plus here. But this minus is part of the formula. So 3 times 3, it is 9. So you say 9, then you do that. Have you seen? That is what you need to do. That is what you need to follow. Have you seen? Like that. Then minus, you do this. This is what you are going to do. This is the other thing you are going to follow. So what is 1 to the power 4? 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. It is 1. Then minus 3 times 1. It is 3. This is what you are going to do. This is what we are going to do. Have you seen? This is what we are going to do. So what is 81 minus 9? So 81 minus 9, what are you going to get? So 81 minus 9, what are you getting? What are you getting? You're getting what? 72. So you say 72 minus. Since here in the brackets, we are going to form another minus. So you just do this. This one you get negative what? 2. 1 minus 3 is negative 2. So you get negative 2. Have you seen? You are going to get what? We are going to get negative 2. We are going to get negative 2. So here, this one and that one, negative times negative, it is positive. So this is the same as 72 plus what? Plus a 2 here. Then finally, you've got the answer, which is what? 74. This is what? This is your answer. This is what you are going to follow. This is what you are going to get. You've got what? 74. So that is your final answer. This is how you need to work out this. So this was just part of integration, where you need to talk about definite integrals, indefinite integrals. So a summary of what we've learned in this lesson. So the last part is application of integration. Application of integration. So in application of what? Integration. Application of integration. That's the last part. Then we are done with this. So this is the second part we did. The first one was what? Indefinite integrals. It was under this indefinite what? Integrals. So I want you to understand this, and I want you to get this. So when you're talking about indefinite integrals, so indefinite integrals, this is where we include a c. Have you seen? So that one, we include a what? We include a c. So indefinite integrals, indefinite, this one, indefinite integrals, we include the what? We include a c, where we've got y is equal to a x n plus 1 over n plus 1. Then we say plus c. We include this c. Have you seen? So this is what you need to follow. This is also its general what? Formula. Then we talked about the definite integral, which is the last one that we did, which is what? Definite. This is just definite what? Definite integrals. So this is just a summary of what we've talked about. Definite integrals, this is where you've got integrals of limits. They are having a limit. So this one is called an integral. This one is called an what? An integral. This is called an integral. So where we've got what? Where we've got the upper limit there, we've got the upper limit, then the lower limit. Then we've got a function here. Have you seen something like 3x? It can be like this, like this. So as long as we've got limits here, this is called what? This is called definite integrals. This is what you need to get. This is what you need to understand. So these we've got what? They've got limits. So I want you to understand this, and I want you to get this. So the next video that I'm going to do, it will be under application of integration. We just look at a few questions, then we are done with integration. This is very simple. So hope you understood this. Hope you are blessed by this lesson. Thank you so much. Don't forget to share this video and make sure you look forward for the next video. So make sure you subscribe so that each time I upload a new content, you get to be notified. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. So this is where we are going to end from. Thank you so much.